visually impaired. I'm also autistic, so autism spectrum condition, so I have some sensory needs, and the way I process information is a bit more, I guess, different. So my access needs involve a few things. I am a cane user, so I do walk with a mobility aid, and I wear dark glasses because of my photophobia, since I'm quite light sensitive, especially outdoors. I have a carer who is my mother, and she walks with me. I walk with sighted guide, and unfortunately I can't drive. I think that there are many benefits of autonomous vehicles for the disabled people, especially for those of us who are unable to drive, such as myself, since independence is something that I strive for, and I do wish to be able to go to places on my own. In terms of public transport, I guess there's an element of consistency and reliability that is not always there with manual vehicles that are driven by people, since I guess autonomous vehicles can follow a specific route. I think the size of the minibus was, first of all, accessible. It's not too big, not too small, and I think that's easy for me to navigate, since it's not an intimidating walk down the aisle, and I can find my seat quite easily. I do appreciate the fact that there are handles on the edge of the seats which help sort of grip onto them and kind of maneuver yourself into the seat. And also the placement of the seatbelt buckles, they were good, since it's easier to just sort of have one that's hanging down rather than trying to fiddle behind you. The main criticism I had is imagining what the bus would be like totally full of passengers, because I guess that's the intention here. Considering if it's the aisle to be quite narrow and manoeuvring around other people's luggage or other mobility aids, if it is to be a medical bus, for example. We were discussing with some of the other people here, and we found that the design of these alarms was it seemed to resemble sort of older designs of the buses, like older manufacturers. So I'm pretty sure that there's a bit of outdated technology there, which I guess in a real emergency, if we feel the need to stop the bus, it can be a bit of a hindrance. The ramp was quite steep, and people who were wheelchair users found this. But what I found personally is that walking on the ramp, and there was no handle rail for me to grip onto, and as someone with a visual impairment who also struggles with a depth perception, that can be kind of a risky thing for me to do, and it makes me feel quite anxious. I think autonomous transport would be beneficial because it would help me with independence and being able to explore the world more, get out more, travel to more places. And there is obviously the caution, should we trust autonomous vehicles and the artificial intelligence? If I'm made aware that the vehicle is entirely trustworthy and I can ensure my safety, I would definitely be on board with it, because it would allow me to experience the world and gain that little bit of independence. And I think that's so important, especially in the modern world, where a lot of other technology is really catching up and has greatly contributed to my independence.